Welcome back to another reading from the End of Olympians Hub, dear researchers. Today we're going to be reading Preaching to the Choir, brought to us by another person who is again lost to time. Preaching to the Choir. Director Cyrus knew that Fritz was watching him as he shuffled through a filing cabinet. He made a mental note to have a discussion with whomever had filed these things in an ass-backwards way. Yanking them out of the drawer, he hastily shut the cabinet and turned to face his counterpart. Commander Williams, thank you for coming in on such short notice. Fritz leaned forward in his seat. It's Fritz, if you don't mind. Cyrus glanced up. Right. I'm here to check on the status of E345. Is this on track for tomorrow's test? Fritz nodded. Yes, sir. They might actually be taking it to the provisional containment unit now. Hold on, let me check. A crumpled piece of paper was produced, and Fritz peered at it. Actually, it's being moved in an hour or so. I can check back with you then if you need it. That will be all, Williams. You can go. So he did. Commander Frederick Williams walked through the halls of Site 19, out of the administrative offices to containment areas. There was a better atmosphere here, friendlier. If he'd been here on any other day, he might have stopped by the employee lounge or observed the containment areas of some skips under his watch, but he didn't do any of those things. Instead, he made a beeline for one containment area. He entered quietly, walking to the folding table in the middle of the room. There was a single sheet of paper and a dull number 2 pencil. No eraser. Sitting in the squeaky wooden chair, he began to write. Hello, Chaos. Welcome. Please enter user ID. Derek Cyrus. Please enter password. I cannot recall. Password accepted. Loading. Loading. Access granted. Welcome, Director Cyrus. Please enter an action. Access logs experiment E345. Stand by. Experiment E345 involves the exposure of E345, a humanoid with psychokinetic abilities, with Prometheus Labs telekill alloy. Initial testing has indicated that the alloy is sufficient to block any telepathic signal, and this could prove a boon to containment, if successful. The test procedure will see researcher Byron escorting E345 to the center of the test area, followed by a square of telekill alloy being lowered over it. Following this, D3451 and D8063 will be sent into the chamber, and D345 will be instructed to manifest its effect after researcher Byron evacuates the room. You, Director Cyrus, Agent HK016, and the HMCL Supervisor, Dr. Emberstorm, will be stationed in the observation chamber. No other notable personnel will be involved in testing. How are you? The animate sketched looked to the left border of her paper prison before sketching out a reply. Very bored. What sort of tests do you want to do? Actually, I thought we could just talk. She paused, frowning towards the blank space she assumed the writer would be looking from. Fritz? Yes. Cassandra's face broke into a smile. Well, that changes things. Access testing log, Commander Williams. Commander Williams test log. E034513. E0456, unknown, object terminated. E1371, unknown, object terminated. SCP-278, 13. E2300, unknown, object terminated. E0089, unknown, object terminated. SCP-082, 15. SCP-085, 56. SCP-085 log, access. Loading. Current primary testing with SCP-085 has been performed with Commander Williams.
You're always the first to defend him. Can't you see when Fritz is doing wrong?
Mazepag glared across the hall at Coulson, who wore his usual veneer of indifference.
What Fritz does with his time is his own business, Mazepag, not yours.
She grimaced at him.
Fritz has been spending all his time with the drawing, and not with me or Credo. How can we be ready for this huge big deal test if he isn't even giving his subordinates the time of day?
Coulson paused.
Have you thought he might have a little faith in you for once?
Mazepag's glare hardened.
Watch what you say, Coulson.
Fine. But think about this. Maybe if you'd gotten off your ass for once and took some initiative, you'd be overseeing the test tomorrow and not me.
Fuck you, Coulson. Just go on.
She leaned against the wall, pinching the bridge of her nose.
See you tomorrow, Lieutenant.
Access logs. Lee Byron. Lee Byron is a member of the Foundation under the Telepathic Research Division of Site-19, currently assigned as the research lead for the Telekill Alloy project. Further information is restricted. I can remember now. Loading amnestic logs.
Currently, I believe that Research Byron is fully capable of performing his duties, in spite of his prior history as an amnestic user. He has shown nothing but determined work spirit and is an asset to my team. Lee is fully capable of leading this project.
Commander Williams. Logout. Goodbye, Administrator. The research labs were usually pretty sparse this time of night. The workday had long ago ended, sending doctors, lab assistants, and technicians scurrying to their dormitories. Occasionally, there was a slumbering junior researcher left behind by colleagues, but these were few and far between. There was, however, one person in the labs on this particular evening. Lumbering through the corridors, glancing indoors, Lee made his way to the primary test chamber. Everything was ready for tomorrow. A Telekill cube was in its place, resting in the center of the room. It loomed overhead, a titanic iceberg that dominated the testing area. He watched it for just a second, a brief one, then began ascending the scaffold that had been erected around it. Around and around, he could feel it wrapping around him.
Your audience awaits, Lee.
He stood atop the mountaintop and saw the multitudes that would be waiting. They wanted his sound, his way. The notes of the crescendo would ring through history and ready humanity for the finale. Lee Byron spread his arms, and the crowd goes wild. And with that, we've reached the end of our reading for today, dear researchers. Thank you very much for coming. It's been an honor reading for you. Good luck out there, and I hope to see you all next time.